What's up, everybody? Jeff Lenosky, and I am back with my vlog challenge. So a couple months ago I was on a vlog roll and I was putting them out like every single week, and I haven't done one in quite a while. And in the past, when I have done them, I usually take about 75 tries to get these things right. So I have a couple exciting things I want to talk to you about, and I've noticed that when I do vlogs, I have a lot of people mention them to me, so I feel like they are a pretty effective way to get my message out to you. So I want to see if I can do a vlog and do it without screwing up at all. Well, maybe not screw up. I'm not going to edit it. Alright, so the first thing I want to talk to you all about is pretty exciting. Next week, a week from today, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the first week of October, I will be at Outerbike in Moab, Utah. And I'm going to be leading group rides Friday, Saturday, and Sunday morning, 10 a.m. each day. If you've been to Outerbike before, the shuttles go to different ride venues every single day. So even if you wanted to go on all three rides, we'd be checking out different stuff. You're not going to be riding with me in the same location all 3 days, so we'll check out 3 different spots. So that's next weekend. And then the following weekend, I'll be in Roanoke, Virginia for an event called GoFest. And at GoFest, I have demos Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday. But if you're familiar with my Trail Boss video series, I put out 3 different videos from Carvin's Cove over the past year and a half. So I want to go back there and I want to put together a group ride. I'm not sure if it's going to be Friday or Saturday yet. So if you follow me on social media, Instagram, Facebook, something like that, you will see where that ride's going to be. It's going to be most likely Friday or Saturday. If it's Friday, it'll be around 5 o'clock. If it's on Saturday, it'll be in the morning. But I want to get a good crew out, go check out some of the trails I filmed, and we'll do that in Roanoke, Virginia. The third thing I wanted to talk to you about was my latest Trail Boss video that I put out 2 weeks ago from Marquette, Michigan. So the trail was called Bareback, but that was not the original plan to climb Bareback. Bareback is typically a downhill trail. It's one of the original downhill trails in Marquette, and then according to the stories I was told, there's a newer trail called McLovin. So my plan when I went out to Marquette was to do a Trail Boss video on a trail called McLovin. We went on Tuesday, we checked it out, seemed like a really fun trail. Wednesday morning we parked cars at the bottom. We wanted to just make it as accessible as possible to get gear up there, etc., etc. And one of my friends who's a local suggested we just take Bareback up, hike a bike, whatever, because it was the most direct route to get to the top, and then we could film down. And within the first 100 yards, couple minutes, I saw that trying to climb Bareback was definitely a much more challenging option. McLovin is an awesome trail, but I'd say it's 90% rideable by most riders, and if you're gonna film it, you absolutely have to be able to clear 100% of it. And when I started climbing Bareback, it seemed really tough. So then when we got about halfway up, my friend pointed out a downhill section where I was saying that I needed to film a how-to video for Giant, and he pointed out the A-line down this huge rock slab, and I started looking at it and I thought that it might be possible to try climbing this thing, and I figured if I could figure out a way to get up that, then we need to film this whole trail. Flash forward over 3 hours later, and definitely over 60 tries, I finally was able to figure out a way up this rock slab and across it. It's in the video. It was so tough that I made a second video called Fail Boss, and it shows a lot of the outtakes and bloopers and whatever. But that was definitely one of the hardest trails or sections of trail that I've ever filmed, because when you do that technical riding, it's not like a huck. A huck, you get one try. You're either going to send it off of a huge cliff or you're not. With some of this more technical stuff, you could just try over and over and over and over. And as long as you have the tenacity and willpower or psychosis to keep trying it, you can keep trying. So it took me a really long time. It was really challenging. So I would appreciate it if you went and gave that video a peek. I will link to that video in the description below. I will also link to the rides in Moab in the description below. I set up an Eventbrite page. So if you want to go on those rides, definitely click on the link and register and say that you're coming, because I want to try to get an accurate head count. The more accurate head count we have, more likely we are to get everybody, whole bunch of swag and stuff like that. The last announcement I want to make is I started a Patreon. So I didn't think I would ever sit here and tell my YouTube viewers that I would start a Patreon, but I've seen the light and I see the benefits of it. I've been making YouTube videos for about 2 years, and believe it or not, it's not really totally part of my job as a professional mountain bike rider. So some of my sponsors love this video channel, and honestly, some don't care, or they're just haven't caught on yet. I've noticed over the past 2 years that I've never been able to engage with my fans and fellow riders like I do with this YouTube channel. All year, it's been a completely eye-opening experience going to Sedona Fat Tire Festival, Santos Fat Tire Festival, Nemba Fest, now Moab. Being able to make videos and have people show up and want to ride with me is amazing, and that's what I want to do with this channel, is try to put out cool videos, put out instructional videos, and take the opportunity to ride with you, as many of you as possible in person. But the problem is I'm constantly running around doing pro rider stuff. So I want to try to get Patreon going so that I could provide some value for my super dedicated fans and basically free up some time to do more video stuff, more rides, more fun stuff, which is great for me, and hopefully I can make it great for you. So there's one tier on there. If you go on Patreon, just search for Jeff Lenosky, Trail Boss. There's one tier. It makes you a board member. I just figured that was kind of funny because Trail Boss, board member, whatever. So my goals are obviously live chats. When I do live chats on my YouTube channel, I feel like all I do is sit there for an hour going, hey MTB dude 27, hey Mike 21, hey so-and-so, and like I don't even get to really engage in any meaningful conversations. It's kind of fun, but it's just like constantly flooded with names, and you want to try to like shout everybody out, and it gets really overwhelming. So I figured it would be a really cool spot to do more targeted group chats. I want to use the Lens app, which is kind of like Instagram stories, so that when I'm on set, filming a Trail Boss video or doing any of that kind of stuff, I can take you guys behind the scenes and show you what goes in. So rather than always having to make a fail boss video, you can just check out the Lens. You'll be the first one to know where my next videos are coming, because the Lens stuff you see when I'm doing it, and it's live for 24 hours versus Trail Boss video. You know, I can't reveal where it is, but my next one that will be out in a few weeks has already been filmed a couple weeks ago. But if you were a Patreon, you would already know, because you'll watch my Lens, you'll watch me beat my head against the wall trying to ride some of this stuff. I'll give you the thought process that goes into, you know, some of these technical lines, the trials and errors and all that kind of stuff, and you just get to see it live in real time. And it would just help me free up some time to do the fun stuff, get out and ride with you guys more and more, and try to do more how-to videos and more instructional stuff and things like that. So if you like Trail Boss's channel, might be worth checking out. Definitely appreciate the support. I think that's it. So I made it through my live vlog challenge. This will be unedited because I totally nailed it. So next week, Moab, Utah. If you want to come out and ride, the link will be in the description below. 3 rides, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Following week, Roanoke, Virginia, an event called Go Fest. I'll put a link to that. Trials, demos at the festival. There's all kinds of cool stuff going on. So definitely check that out. Check out my Patreon if you are interested in supporting the Trail Boss channel. And last but not least, take a peek at my last Trail Boss video from Marquette, Michigan. It was one of the most challenging videos I've ever filmed. And then for some top secret info, I am currently working on my next how-to video. All the Trail Boss, all the riding videos are super fun, and obviously I love doing them, but I'm constantly amazed how well received the how-to videos are when I make them. So I did the punch video a couple years ago, maybe a year ago. That thing did really well. I just did a how to do drops video. The response to that was awesome. Now I have a new one. Can't give away the tip yet, so make sure you hit the notification button on my channel so you can see when it comes out. It should be out in the next week and a half, something like that. So those are my updates. That's pretty much it. Hopefully I will see you out on the trail.